Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much for this chair. Thank you for the powerful teaching on HIV. I remember Pandaganzi na Baba and Dono Testwa. Yeah, it was one of the worst days of my life. And he did it twice. Pekutanga akangoti chikosoro chako ichi apateto anotanga achikisizira chikosoro chako ichi. And on test kwa AIDS. Vanda njenga and then he took me and spinda moti takwenda test. Yeah. It was a scary. Then the second time it was me and my wife much. So ndakati this time nyaya dzimati zao dzinochikisa saka handisikuenda naye ndikanditenge ndaenda inini. Yeah. Because tanda kunzi kuti if a relationship yenyu toda mari zao dzina baba. Muendere mberi relationship yenyu kusvika ma HIV results are up. Saka ndakatanga ndaenda vandanoona hangu. Pandakazodzoka naye zvikanzi vanga vari kunzi hazvibvumi izvo zvawaitwa izvo. Because mufuna kuya mese muri 2 kuitira kuti one ari positive toita counseling. It's okay, but that is my right saka. But it's good for you because now I have closure. I know I'm okay. So it's good to go and get tested. Go and get tested. Amen. Today we want to continue from where we left off last week. And we were talking about cleaning up our WhatsApp. And we talked about the issue of what to say on WhatsApp. Registers. And we talked about that. We talked about the status. And we said, status, I gotta say, how many still remember? So I hope we all benefited. I saw a lot of people, I try to modify. Now we are Sunday service, so I don't know what we are, now we are church. But yeah, we are benefiting, amen. Today we want to talk about information. We're still continuing. It's 4 things, so we're going on point number 3. We talked about registers, we talked about status, now we're talking about information. And how you should use your WhatsApp to make sure your life is on point. So one of the things I've always noticed people do is, I'll start by talking about contacts. My contacts are now. Contacts list and WhatsApp yago. I've noticed a lot of people say, please WhatsApp me with your name. I lost all contacts. Please lost all chats, lost all contacts. WhatsApp with name. Text me with your name. That's a very, very bad habit. And it makes you become unprofessional by the day. Can you imagine kudhara ndakaanchipa testimony yekuti Benjamin Dube ndakutaura naye, ndane number dza Reverend Benjamin Dube, and then also ndozotanga send a message yekuti please text with your name. I don't know who you are. I've lost that means I've lost the music ground. I've lost those contacts. I've lost my handlers. I've lost everyone because I don't have their contacts anymore. And I think it's okay kuti ndingoti kana wakuzondinyorera undinyorere nezita rako because andisisina ma contacts. These days kwane Google contacts. And it's not these days, it's been there since 2004. Google contacts has been there for the past 12 years. And we still save our contacts mu SIM card nemo handset. I see right. What you do is you look for a phone. Phone internet. It's not luxury, it's necessity. You need a phone that can upload contacts into Google contacts. Right now, my contacts are now phone. My mom to complain because when she got her iPad, because Mazoaji, she wasn't really knowing about setup. I set up her iPad with my Google EPUB. So all of my contacts are in Mama's iPad. As soon as I set up iPad, my contacts are as soon as I get a new phone and the tanga kuti right, so numbers are say no. I upload the new phone. It asks for my Google contacts, my Google username. I put the Google username there. My contacts are already in the next phone. So you can never lose contacts. If I don't have my phone, I can tell you the numbers are nigichi. No what in type computer. Ndivure Google contacts yangu. Don't access my contacts yangu. So it's important for you to save your contacts and also back up your WhatsApp. Very necessary for you to back up your WhatsApp on that Google account. Because you are avoiding, lost all chats, sorry, text, I lost all chats. You mustn't lose your chats. If you are backing them up on a drive, you will never lose them unless if you shift from Android to Apple. Or new iPhone, then the contacts are sync my messages, but the contacts still remain there. So I just thought it's very necessary for us to know. Let's save our data online and save your contacts, save your chats. You will never lose them. I have messages from 2019, 2018, actually on phone because I save them continuously and continuously. And are we benefiting? And then the next thing I want to talk about now, instead of saving contacts, is deleting contacts. It's allowed. You don't need to keep everyone in your phone. You don't need to, because the danger with WhatsApp now is nyango usisade kutara nemunhu ukasenda status update inodeliverwa to all your contacts. You don't know your contacts list. So it's important for you to learn to delete with time, or know who to delete. Because better, the habit of deleting is allowed and it's needed, but then you also have to know who to delete. Because kunema waka delete muna akazopedzera mukuru webank ABC apa delete contact achita achatara nayo contact delete, and then a few minutes later wakufunga kuti, like a few years later, 4 years down the line wakutsvaga basa, be like, mukuru webank is shamwari yangu nande number dzake kaka I deleted them. Kuti uchidziwane zvakunetsa. So you have to know the contacts to delete and the contacts to keep. It's important for you to delete anyone who is toxic. By toxic, I mean bullies, I mean vano send ma updates are very offensive or things like that. Those contacts, please learn to delete so that you don't keep conversations or keep being bullied. It's also allowed to block. If you find kuti kune munhu anouya achingocomenta zvakaipa pamusoro peupenyu hwako, it's okay to block. Per WhatsApp, you can still phone them, but per WhatsApp akablockwa. That's okay. But ukuzoblock mfundisi nokuti vakutsura about something. It's also important not to keep your blocked list very big, because that's also a danger in marriages. And it baba vobata phone yamai vona kuma blocked kune ma message kune ma 15 ma contacts. It could mean 15 yawa uchadotara nawo, or ukuwa block kuti vasapinze ma message kusvika wa online. That's also a thing. So it's important for you not to keep your blocked list very long. There are people who don't even know kuti iriko, and there are people who know how to get it. And ukaona ma message ari kuma blocked nabva kuti sawa ndiani wanga uchiblock wangoda kuti asakunyoreka ndisaone chimakutonetsana, and zvozoperera zvo counseling. But blocked, you have to manage it pretty well, okay? Then the next thing we want to talk about is filtering of we're on the number 3, filtering of information. I have noticed kune vanhu vasingade kubuda magroup, so akangoedwa group akabuda atadzira nyika yeso. So there are groups we've been added to, high school reunion groups, class of 2009 Shamva High School, class of 2005 Sandringham, and you are still there in that group, and you clearly see good every day munosendwa ma picture edoro, ma picture kuma brai, ma picture anonyadzisira, ma jokes anonyadzisira, and rungoshingirira urimo. So kuti usangonzi wakavenga nevanhu kana tinodada. We hold your phone, tikatoti tipe phone yako, so to explain that picture you can't even explain it. And my group ripi group raunoramba riri rinosendwa zvinhu zvakadai so. So it's allowed to exit groups. And akuna kushingirira urimo chitanzi nokuti high school reunion, I've been added to high school reunions 3 times, and 3 times I've left. And then now they know abachato attempt. The last time they wanted to do contribution yemuchato wangu, ndikati ndi same group ravandaiswa, ndikati ndini kuchata chichichichi, 2 days later vanatobuda. And vakauya kumuchato wangu still nyangwe nadabuda mugroup. So that means the group wasn't the reason for them coming. They respected me either way. So you don't need to stay in the group. Learn to exit. My intercession group are nenga singa intercede. You are just added by this other inter-D. How to pin on group interstation. Panango send ma scripture 2 or 3. Mangwe say ama debates ni man. And you are still there. Urungotano in the intercession. I have to stay there. My intercessor. Budam group. Aumbonzi wakashata. And even if wakati wakashata, you've saved your soul. But you are filtering information in Opindam life mark. Okay? My updates, a war and all that, just negativity, politics groups and all that, you can exit. You must also learn to exit my ladies groups. Asina title. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Unongonzi Edwam group zita kana 5. Mungorimo, and then what's the purpose of the group? Apana atungori shangwari. So by doing that, you force yourselves into discussing matters of other people. You force yourself into atinoti makua. Makua is not a big thing. Kacha mnofungot. Gossip is so big. Gossip is just saying, but mama so. That's it. That's gossip. So by putting yourself into a group without a purpose, you end up forcing yourselves as a group into gossip. Mungori 4, Mungori 6. What are you discussing? I used to have a group like that, and we would discuss my musicians. We would only discuss my artists. What are they doing? What are going to music? I don't know. And that's all we did. Up until 2019, it was GTs. The first one to leave that group was Miz. He's not here today. His brother is sick, but he was the first to leave that group, and I followed him. I know what I'm doing. But atina zvatino kurukura tingotaura nezvekuti Zimpraise yabudise song yauri kuboa. Mangwana ndinge, that's all we're doing. So it's gossip and it's gossip. Okay. So you must learn to leave these groups, okay? I think I've reached the half of now. Now let's go to point number 4. So we talked about filtering information. Now let's talk about filtering information on a deeper level, which is debates and arguments. There are people who enjoy starting topics on WhatsApp. Into any enjoyment. So that's what that's true. Guys, what do you think about Aurora? Over ice I can pass. Also to come on 250 messages. I'm going to write. That's what he did she topic here. Enge pa 250 messages pana atubuda church kudala. Pana atopa iwa akatoti kana zvakatodaro anchatu church. Pa debate. I think most of you haven't been in debates at deep kudala. And these debates happen now. This topic is so important for us because even pastors, you should learn to regulate how the youth use their group, how the real men use their group, how kingdom women use their group, because people tend to start to debate about topics regarding those things. They are my groups and my couples, and then people start talking about couples-related issues. And they start debating and giving each other advice about certain issues. Now, the danger of that is because it's an open platform, anyone can drop an opinion and anyone can take a side. So what happens is I present before you options. Ndakuisira my options up. 1, 2, 3 options. These are messages. I pinned a message 1, message 2, message 3. Maybe someone is saying, let's talk about the Christian groups. What's going on my group? And all men are dogs. You're to tanga fam gwana. And you're Christ Rimo. Do my group at Buddha. I want to karamo ushta. And I'm going to a message. The information is presented before you. Nyango ukasaverenga nyango kati not participating. You've read it. One day, murumu wako pacha hukura uchavwati do imbwa yaitaurwa yeye. So it's important that you filter. Mkuchibata. Pane nguva dzaunto hukura semurume ovhati ndiregereo ndansingafana kuhukura, but watopiwa picture yembwa. And mudzimai akufunga paakanzwa mugroup kunzi all men are dogs kuti but it's sure man. And then akuzodzokera ikoko achani wangu akazonipopotera handitaikudza. So it's important for you to, but we're talking about Christian groups and they present to you 2 options. They say, should you go for counseling? Pasina problem. First person says yes. The second person says, enda counseling. Kana quite a problem. Mungano to enda every day. And then people begin to debate and pick sides. Even if the pastor comes and says the final verdict of the story is itai A or B. Kune muna asisiri online. Kutaone verdict ya mfundisi. Aenda kumba akabatira kunzi, we shouldn't go for counseling. And therefore apiwa platform ne debate ya tangwa. So that becomes now a dangerous church that is built. Because it's a church with opinions. It's a church with different doctrines that have been distributed by debates in WhatsApp. So debates are very dangerous. We ought to stay away from them. But if we are replying debates, we ought to use the model Yokumashure. Use a voice note. You can never explain enough about something with a text. Use your voice note. That's if you're coming in, Uri, a responsible person who is supposed to speak, like the pastor who runs the group or whoever. You use a voice note, don't text, because people can take you out of context. But to everyone else, just stay away from debates. Okay. They build up at not my hierarchies in church. Now hierarchies, these are what our hierarchies are. There are people who are at this level where their opinion, no matter how good it is, does not matter. Then there's this group where their opinion might matter unless backed up by someone else. Then there's this group where their opinion closes everything. Archbishop always says, my leaders, don't give your opinion about uniforms because your opinion is final. Kana muri WhatsApp group renye uri discuss my uniform chinzi saka toita say my uniform as a leader of what I think zvakakosha tipfeke blue of what do you think what do you think aisisina basa because as a leader your opinion is final. Ukaona wana should debate, that means your leadership skills are now poor because your word should be final. So even in board meetings Archbishop doesn't speak. He says, no, do not debate. Kana mazopedza ndozo close because my opinion is final. So there are people like that now. They could be elders, they could be deacons, they could be none of the above titles, but muna angorine influence. So ukutakangoshika kangoti guys kandikuze chokwadi mzimaika afaenda kubasa anofana kugara pamba atopa opinion and everyone starts to say but zvakati nemsoro man and that person is given an opinion and their opinion counts. As a pastor you might not have influence on WhatsApp level. So it's important for you to make sure you clear off debates. Now it's also important, as I close, it's important for you to, we talked about debates and now we talk about arguments. Now, an argument is a debate that is gone to the personal level. Okay? Now, personal level is when we start addressing each other's issues. Now, have you ever seen vanoti group so you have and it takes you when you're right. And then it's okay. Over and offline. That is a level of an argument that has gone to a dangerous level. And that person goes and meditates upon the message. When that kumba onorara achiverenga futi message gift. So because of the EPF registers we talked about on point number 1 and everything, unopedzisira watu vane bitterness about my mfundis or sangwa na church or even your fellow person at group because you have meditated upon a message in an argument. We are saying don't do arguments, but in the event that an argument happens, please delete the messages. Delete any message that you feel is offensive. There is this thing called cyberbullying, where people speak things about you and then you spend time meditating upon it. I think I have 2 minutes left according to the stopper. So if you meditate upon the negative words you've been given, they create bitterness in you. And unfortunately, message anenge munarukuya every day achuya zokurangaridza. Ukanyora onzi urimbwa, ukachengeta message yacho, uramba uchidzokera kwairi. Every day is the person coming back and telling you. So I have this habit now. If someone gives me constructive criticism, andiudza kuti tatenda wagona teaching but dai wangu wadai so because I think wazotadza power, I take the criticism, I write it down, I read it, I say, I delete because shapfura. Even if it was constructive, I then delete. So I do that even on Facebook. Munagata, baba magona kuimba but my songs I say type yenyu. Okay, ndakuzia, delete. I want to keep positive energy. So do that as well, my groups may. If a debate about something happens or a topic about my uniform or clear. It's important for you to keep positive energy in your life. Do that every day of your life. I do it on YouTube as well. And I take a screenshot. Guys, maona jatana ningere. Jans chinzi. Song yenyi makai gona, but it's not your taste. Majona jibate delete. I don't keep negative energy. So it's important for you to know that as well about WhatsApp, and that's now all social media platforms. Never keep negative energy. Even mafundis, you're going to be running your own Facebook pages. We'll post a sermon yako about tithing, and then the people start to say, Chegumich, mafundis murukubiraan. It's okay. I'm not going to reply you. I'm just going to delete for everyone. So no one else will see this comment. Positive energy is necessary. Learn to delete negativity and keep positivity. I thank you so much. Thank you.